Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. Alright, so today is going to be a very short video, but we're going to start with some Godot tutorials. And you might be wondering, what do you need to know, how good you have to be at something, and all of those things. So I'm going to help answer that for you today. Everything I list here will not be 100% correct, but it would give you the basic what to know. So first of all, if you want to learn Godot, I highly recommend you know at least, at bare minimum, one programming language. And if I can give one to you that I feel you should know, I'd say Python. Go to python.org if you don't have Python, and just check it out, because the Godot inbuilt language is a lot like the Python programming language. I do have tutorials on my channel on how to code with Python. You can go watch that if you do want to. Godot also has a C++ way of programming things that can include things like C# as well. And if you want to code in C++ or C#, just go learn C++ or C#. So that's the programming part of it. Now, I would recommend you know at least two programming languages. One is fine, but at least two, which if one is Python, would be really useful. But it's not 100% necessary, because the Godot has basically their own programming language. It's just a lot like Python's, and we'll most likely be using that for the most part. Next up, you'll need a computer. Now, it doesn't have to be anything powerful. It doesn't have to be anything super strong. It just needs to have the basics. You know, like 2 cores in the CPU, a dual core CPU, and maybe like 4 gigs RAM. And you just need a computer. It doesn't have to be high end, but the higher end the computer, the better, because that means you'll be able to code easier. And then in terms of operating systems, you can use either Windows, Linux, or Mac. It's for all 3 of them. Nice job, Godot. And let's see, anything else you might need. You might want to learn some GIMP or Photoshop for character creations and stuff like that. I personally like my GIMP. It's free, it's open source if I'm correct, and it's really great. So you can just search up GIMP and it will give you GIMP. So here, yeah, you can download it for Mac, Windows, Linux, all of them. So that's really nice. Then you can also, you know, Adobe or Inkscape or whatnot. Maybe Blender as well. If you wanted to go into 3D game development, Blender will also be a really good choice, because Blender allows you to create 3D objects, so Blender. But it's not required to know any of this. I'm just giving you stuff you might want to learn beforehand. But things like Blender, you don't need to learn this. It's just if you want to. It's not required. Same with GIMP. You don't have to learn GIMP. It's not required. It's only an option, because you can get things for free on their store, Godot store. So it's not that big of a deal. And yeah, that's for most part. And then maybe things like keyframing would be a good topic to just get the handle of. Like get a video editor like Lightworks, or my personal favorite, Sony Vegas. Get one of those two and just see if you can figure out keyframes. You don't need to know how to use it, you just need to figure it out. You know, you gotta know keyframes is what you use to do animations. Basic things. It's not that important. But these are some of the few things I do recommend you to learn. You can learn some C or C++ if you want to edit the source code of Godot, or if you want to code in C++ inside of Godot. You can learn some Python to help you with Godot, because the Godot programming language, which you can code in, does use a very similar to Python syntax. Then you can learn GIMP and Blender for character design and stuff like that. And then you can maybe also learn some keyframing. That's optional. You don't even need to download a video editor. Just go watch a video on what keyframing is. And yeah, that's about all. Thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and see you all in the next video.